Man, so much wacky stuff keeps going on, and admittedly, it's hard to keep up with trying to cram and process all the stuff that's coming in and trying to put something out on it. It's like being in a hot dog eating contest while sitting on the toilet.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
I reckon a lot of y'all saw Larry Elder manhandle prissy Piers Morgan in a manner that could be almost be considered sexual assault. He took that fruity elitism that Piers tried to lay on him and just juiced him. Liberal Logic 101 points out how Piers calls Rachel a smart cookie, a girl at 19 in high school and who can't even read cursive. Hey, I'm not judging. I'm a high school dropout. At least she stayed in high school. But Piers calls her a smart cookie while referring to well-accomplished people like Larry Pratt as an incredibly stupid man. That's a prime example of that liberal backwardness I talk about. I don't care how good their argument is. I don't buy what liberals are selling because I know it's just well-argued backwardness. But here's the cowardice and hypocrisy of Piers Morgan. Piers tries to make Larry Elder ashamed of saying stupid, a word that Piers Morgan was using, and trying to wipe it on Larry Elder, so Larry would have that Piers Morgan elitist stank on him and make Larry look like a bully, picking on Rachel. But the hypocrite Piers Morgan can call people stupid and actually use the word stupid, but Larry Elder, who didn't use the word stupid in this exchange, is supposed to be ashamed because he questioned a person's intelligence. But the intelligence, as well as the integrity of the person I find questionable, is Piers Morgan, because he refuses to leave a country he hates. That's dumb. I mean, maybe he's here because he wants to help make America a better place. I'd give him the benefit of the doubt on that. But the problem is, as I said in my very first commentary back in the MySpace days, if you think America is a mess, that's one thing. But you can't clean up a mess by crapping on it. And if you're crapping on America, thinking that you're making it a better place, then you're incredibly stupid. And Piers Morgan's idea of a better place is a dream that throughout history has become a living nightmare. And side note, Piers is incredibly stupid if he thinks that Larry Elder is afraid to say stupid in front of him. Larry did write a book called Stupid Black Men, after all. See, we conservatives have our gripes about things that have happened in America and what's happening to America. But we're still grateful to be Americans, whereas you liberals are a bunch of ingrates who take America for granted and look for any reason to curse and indict America for something. And you have very twisted ideas of what you think America is guilty of and why. For instance, you think America is greedy, indecent, and corrupt, while America gives far more to the world than it takes and gives far more than any nation on earth. And I don't just mean tax-funded foreign aid either. I'm talking about charity. You liberals are the biggest patronizers of smut entertainment, porn, gore, misogyny, drugs, and debauchery. Yet you want to accuse others of indecency. I'm listening to liberals like Ebony Williams on Hannity, defending Anthony Weiner. And I'm not surprised that she'd be okay with him being mayor, because her biggest concerns are sexually oriented, like redefining marriage and being pro-abortion. So of course she's gonna approve of Weiner. And being that her big issues are sexually oriented, she probably just likes him because his name is Weiner, so she can call him Mayor Nasty Wee Wee. Her argument is that she's not married to him, and his behavior doesn't reflect on his job. Yet she claims that his behavior wouldn't stand in her house, but she's okay with him standing in a house that the New Yorkers would have to pay for. And some people want to make the argument that Kennedy and Clinton were good presidents despite their indiscretions. So your defense is based on exceptions, when the rule is if a person will do their spouse dirty, they're most likely going to do others dirty too. And Clinton got to enjoy looking good because of elected Republicans holding his feet to the fire. And Kennedy and LBJ got to look good on things like civil rights because of Republicans. Don't forget, Kennedy opposed civil rights when he was a senator. So did LBJ. And I'm with Larry Elder. The enabling attitude of Piers Morgan is a poison in the black community. This pat-on-the-back approach of giving blacks a cookie and a glass of Kool-Aid for doing nothing to better themselves is shameful. We don't need your coddling, Piers. What's needed is men to be husbands to their wives and fathers to the kids they have with that one wife. Not trying to keep up with the fashion of trying to prove their manhood by how many girls they can get to be their baby mama. What's needed are teachers who educate instead of indoctrinate. And that goes out to conservatives too. It would be great if we can get more conservative teachers to protect kids from liberal indoctrination and get in the way of liberals feeding students with the idea that they're a bunch of victims. What's needed is a better sense of character and a sense of good work ethic that would open up more doors for black people in the job market. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to hire someone who tries to act like Lil Wayne, unless I was running a circus or trying to make a movie about a prison or something. What's needed is the end of the confusing message of materialism promoted by wealthy entertainers who try to make people feel like sellouts for trying to be successful. They flash this glamorous lifestyle that these people in the inner city want to have while influencing them to hate the wealthy, which causes them to not want to work for the wealthy or the man, which gives them the attitude that they're too good to work at some place like Burger King. Those jobs have no gain. You can't get laid with a job like that. Lil Wayne doesn't have a job like that. And this influence has existed even long before Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is just the next contribution to the problem. I have to say that because excuse makers will say, you can't put all this on Lil Wayne. It's not all his fault. There are thousands of other rappers like this. Thanks for making my point. There has been a legion of this influence. I'm Alfonso Rachel with ZoNATION, and as I've mentioned before, I'm a high school dropout. But I wonder if Piers Morgan would still think of someone like me as a smart cookie. Mayor Nasty Wee Wee.